Good morning, you beautiful people. So this fire has just been started so that our pigs can finally have their breakfast. We have a swarm of bees that decided this pig food belongs to them, and they actually seem to become a little bit less, but they're still way too many for us to actually use the pig food. We need to make a plan. So somebody said yesterday, create some smoke. I think that's a wonderful idea. We are going to make a fire here and over there, because the smoke keeps on turning. So now the wind keeps on turning into different directions, and so that we can smoke them out and see what effect that has on them, and so the pigs can finally eat something today. One of the other things that we're doing this morning is this is an old worm pile. We used to do worms straight on a tarp like that. The problem is the termites still managed to get in, so the tarp was useless. See these holes? Termites came into our heap, and then they would take the organic matter and then replace it with soil. You still end up with a incredible nice smelling high value soil, I believe, but it's got no more or very little organic matter in it, and then the worms struggle to survive. So we are removing this soil, placing it into Mikon's garden over there, and if we find any worms, then we place them into our worm farms across the farm. Now, there's some nice worm tea over there, and yeah, you can see see, there's a worm. Don't want to scratch too much because they fall in the tea. But this is basically what our worm systems now look like. There's no way for the termites to get in, and our worms survive better, and then you get a very clayey, very thoroughly worked through compost out of the drum. So this is fantastic. And you also, the other benefit is obviously you get all of this worm tea every day, 20 liters every day. So over here in Damien's forest, Lucas is counting some worms this morning. It's just a simple worm drum like the one I just showed you, and he's needing to count 1,000 worms. He's got 800 worms already. Just scratches and picks them out, quickly counts them, and I see he's been scratching down here as well. Yeah, you can also find some worms. So if you open a pile like that, you can see there's some worms in there. I'll just add them to the top. And this I think is going to be, well, there's definitely already one of the revenue engines on the farm, but it's also going to be one of the fertility engines on the farm. You want to take the juice from this every day, add that to your garden, have 30 of these, and if you have 30 times 200 liters and you dilute that with 200 liters each, and then that becomes a hell of a lot of compost tea that you can add into your various gardens every day. So that is our big plan, to see how we do that. Big fright, look at this funky snake here. It is huge. This probably is some sort of mole snake, sand snake, something. You can see the head almost doesn't exist. But it's about as thick as my finger. Normally they're quite small. This is incredible. So beautiful. Check at that. Incredible texture on its body. So this is our mountain of mulch that we lost. However, the owner said we can still take a couple. You can see these bales are completely ruined. There's nothing, they're definitely not going to be fed to anything. But any case, I think what's probably going to happen is that we are just going to have them later in life. So you'll still probably give them to us just later. Once he realizes, and once he decided, okay, really, there's really nothing he can do anymore to save them, then he's probably going to give them to us. I'm very sad that he lost the grass, don't get me wrong. You don't wish this upon anybody. but I think this is going to be a great thing for us at the end. Quickly loading for Manette and for Ims. One lady sent me an email saying, please take Manette and Ims some grass. I'm even willing to pay for it. Well, thank you so much for the offer, but it's my pleasure to take mulch to them. Ims wants to show me his garden. He's been making big progress, so I'm going to do that quickly. Offloading at Manette's house. She's in Windhoek today. There's a chance that she's going to get, I don't know if any of you remember, but right in the beginning there was talks of somebody giving her money to build a wall here. So she went to Windhoek today. We paid for her trip to go and speak to those people. It seems like she might be able to get more money to put a wall around her earth, and so the children will be much safer. So here they've been mulching quite a bit. These things are mutete, some corn stalks popping up. Lucina growing very well here in the back. The lemon growing very well here in the back. So that's fantastic. Mutete is a local staple that they plant. Inside the garden, they have just received a pest, spider mites, if I am correct. And so I will bring them a muti. I've got still some of the muti medicine left from Linda. Not Linda, from Lisa. And Lisa sent me some stuff, which is very natural. And I will, the AI said that compost tea of mine might actually also help for this. So we'll spray on the leaves here and see if that will help. The corn is doing well. Plenty of little corns that they can eat. In the greenhouse we ended up planting a tree a while ago. Where is that tree now? Just for protection. There's some beans down here. There you go, there's the mango tree. We planted that and it's surviving very well. Corn is doing well. There is some tomatoes, but the spider mites have really done some damage. I like the fact that there's so much mulch around. There's some beetroot, beans growing below, plenty of papayas, so I think we should add these into smiles for the neighbors, these papayas. I think that can work really well. Yeah. So before leaving I saw this tree. Ims, just stand away quickly. We were looking at the mango and I saw this tree and I was wondering if this is a neem tree. It is not, but the AI has confirmed that it is family of the neem tree, and there is a neem tree in the neighbor's yard. So the ladies are gonna make a tea and spray that for the spider mites and see if that will not chase them away. Grok seems to think that this will have a very positive effect on the plants and a very negative effect on the spider mites. So we're gonna see. Ims, and then this one needs worm tea, eh? It's been yellow now for too long. Last time I was here, it's already showing some yellow. We doesn't need to show some yellow. No, it needs to make nice green. It needs to look like this. So this. You need more mulch or coffee? If we have a tea from your worms, that will work very nice. Then you got water. Yeah, put some worm tea. Yeah, I think that will work very well. This tea that I just showed you now, you can also put that tea around that plant. It will help for that plant as well. Okay, let's see if we can fix it. But other than that, the trees are really growing well and the garden's looking good. So okay, at Imsa's house, Vanessa went somewhere and she's not answering her phone. So we've placed a serious fence around Imsa's house and now we can't get in. So that's probably a good problem to have. So I'm gonna quickly show you over the fence. I'm gonna jump on this thing, show you over the fence what's happening here. Okay, so giant mulberry tree, that's wonderful. The fig tree is still exploding in growth. That is a marula there. A papaya has got fruit. Nice. More than 8 fruits. Okay, so the papaya's got more than 8 fruit there. There is a compost pile over there. Mint is doing well. Spinach there is doing well. I see the lemon tree on the side is quite happy. The prickly pears there in the corner is doing very well. So all in all, Imsa's yard is doing very, very well. I definitely need to spend more time in the township. My initial idea was to spend 50% of my time this year in the township. I'm way out, definitely not doing that. We're going to help Ims offload the mulch. So, yeah, things that I need to fix. I said earlier today, I feel like I don't accomplish anything in my shorts, and loads of people gave loads of encouragement. But I think I also want to encourage other people to say, listen, it's normal when you feel like you're accomplishing nothing with your life. Just keep trying, just keep going on. Somebody said you should measure it against your past and not against your future. So that's maybe some good advice. Measure it against what you've already accomplished, which I think is cool. The other cool thing happening here is Imsa's road is getting tarred, so pretty soon he's going to have a tarred road running past his house. Okay, my friends, that is going to be the end of my story. Please watch another video, remember to comment, and have a wonderful day.